Kitty's vlog, cyber start date 3. This video, I'm gonna talk about my alopecia areata. If you've stumbled onto this video because you realized you just lost a chunk of hair, maybe like a circle of hair, or maybe it's something you've struggled with for a long time, or you just noticed it, send in your love. Send in your love. It is really emotional. I'm gonna share what I been doing. My hair is starting to grow back. So the summary version of how I handled noticing that a huge chunk of my hair was gone was that I shaved my head. I'd been giving some people in my life a hard time about being insecure, some guys about their hair loss. I was like, well, if I ever lost my hair, I'd shave my head and wear wigs. I bought a $400, it still was synthetics, and $400 wig, and I sat with the person and I had an appointment, and I'm grateful that I did that. It was a great work wig, and it, did hold up for a long period of time. The goal was to spend as little money as I could and take care of them as well as I could. Work was the big thing, right? Like, I needed to look acceptable at work. Needed to get some good wigs, make them look as nice as possible, try to style them and try to keep them, especially the more expensive ones, try to keep them nice. And I'm gonna show you how I care for some of my wigs. And let's just get into that now. And then when brushing them out takes a little while. So while I'm brushing them out, I'll talk to you more about everything. This is what I have been doing and what works for me on my budget. I fill up a little tub with lukewarm water and I put some shampoo in it and mix that around. Take pretty lady here. You can see all that dirt that's already coming off of her. So, oh boy. Okay, and that's washed and rinsed. I don't like to, mess it up too much. Keep the hair kind of going the same direction. Conditioner. I'm gonna take some conditioner and just apply it. I like to think of them as girls. I like to personify inanimate objects as just kind of the person that I am, but particularly with this emotional experience and, just feeling that connection to your hair when you don't have any. It's nice to be like, this lady, that lady, oh, she's pretty, I want to be her today. So that's just what I do. And yeah, putting the conditioner on and it's on right. I think it helps. Someone could tell me that makes no sense and it's all in my head and I would totally believe them. But I think putting the conditioner on helps. Put it on, let it hang out, and then let it soak in the water. Don't need to rinse it out all the way. Just let it soak in the water, take it directly out. Towel. Things you're going to want. Towel for the lap. I'm brushing a wig. I mean, start from the bottom, be gentle, good comb, brush. And I did use some coconut oil on this one right here because she's a little rough. And it's been a little while since I gave her love. So yeah. It all began on my cousin's 21st birthday. We'd counted down for her birthday for so long. I was so excited. Guy I was dating at the time he was DJing on a boat, and it was just, I was like, hey girl, 21st birthday, boat, VIP dealie, it was gonna be amazing. And I was really excited. Seconds before we were walking out the door, and I wanted to do something different with my hair. I was like, oh, I'm not cute enough. I think I wanted to do pigtails. So I had a side part, I was going to do a center part. Part my hair in the center, and there's a huge chunk of my hair missing. And we're about to go have this amazing night, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, what? No, but it was really important to me that we have a good time, and I'm actually so grateful that I really didn't want that night to be all about me and my drama. I really wanted it to be about spending time with my cousin and hanging out with her and just showing her a really awesome night. So we did that, but freak out commenced later. So I noticed it. Holy moly, Batman. What happened? What's going on with me? What happened to my hair? And I tried to cover it up. I tried to do different things, and it was getting worse and becoming more and more difficult to cover up. Eventually, I went to my primary doctor. It took me a little while to like wrap my head around everything. It's okay to be emotional, and so if you are emotional because you're dealing with hair loss, that is absolutely normal and completely understandable. And I'm grateful that I was able to have the perspective that I did. And this is all kind of in hindsight too. But yeah, going to the doctor and, you know, starting to try things, I went on a anxiety medication that I actually wound up really liking, really like low dose, subtle thing that kind of helped calm me down a little bit. And I got some creams and ointments. They wanted to do the steroid injections, and I did not do that. Now, not that I am not a doctor. I do not know what it is that you should do for you. I did not want to do that for myself personally. And I didn't, and my hair's growing, so it worked for me. But if I was still, if my spots hadn't grown in at all, I wasn't opposed to trying it, but I wanted to leave that as a last resort. Spots were getting bigger, a couple new spots were showing up. And I was just sick of hiding it. I was sick of like spending so much time just like trying to figure out how I was going to deal with this thing that I felt so immobilized that I just couldn't deal with. So it just there it went, and it was I'm glad I did it. So of course the question that nobody can really answer super clearly, right, is why did this happen? And after a lot of thinking about it, I realized that I had a panic attack not long before that. Really stressed, not eating healthy, not taking care of myself, not loving myself, really dealing with mental health stuff. I was in a really rough way when all of this went down, and it kind of did make sense that those stressors were manifesting themselves physically in my body. And after I went to the dermatologist and did all their creams and their anti-anxiety stuff. Then I found a video that talks about leaky gut and the connection between alopecia and various autoimmune issues and leaky gut or digestive permeability. Always worried, but I'm still a little concerned that it's gonna happen again. And I know that some people, it's a struggle all the time, and it's not like a, you know, thing. I, I I can't speak for anyone else's experience, so I'm not going to try to do that. I feel grateful that my hair grew back in completely, and I hope that it never falls out like that ever again. And I want to actively make sure that I'm checking in with myself. And I think that the reason that that happened was that my body was telling me that something was wrong, and I needed to really start to look at what that was. It has been going really well for me to be able, it was this wake-up call to make changes that I needed to make to live a happier, healthier life. And if this is something you're going through and it's just starting to happen for you, I hope that I can be an encouragement to you that this is the beginning of a of something better. Like your body's saying, hey, pay attention to what needs to change, and now it's gonna be clear, you know, you're on that road to making some positive changes. And even if there's nothing that you can do about it, if you've done all the things and they're still not working, just going through the process of learning to love yourself just the way you are, because you're beautiful. You're a human being with a belly button, and you're beautiful and wonderful, and you deserve happiness and joy. And I wish you the best on that journey and love, and feel free to reach out. I'm talking to no one, but or I don't know. I'm talking to cyberspace, and I don't know if you're out there or who you are, but if you found this because you are going through this, um, you're not alone, and it's going to be okay. And I am here for you. I am really grateful for it. I'm really grateful for this. Like, and it's weird to say that now, because holy moly, it was such an ordeal. Positive. And wigs, they are so fun. Like, now my hair is grown. I don't need this wig anymore, but it is so much fun to, like, you don't feel like, and especially when I had the shaved head and like was spending a little more money on the nicer wigs and stuff, like, and you just have like this perfectly straight, like, just bloop, and I'm ready. Like, no out, no like trying to hold the hair dryer and go, ah! Like, I will say shaving is annoying, like when you're like shaving other parts of your body and you're like, no hair on my head, but it grows so fast everywhere else. That made me mad too. But wigs are fun. Let it dry. Let it dry and let it, and important thing is to let them air dry. These wigs will not respond well to heat unless something specifically says that it is a wig that responds, that you can style in its heat, or if you know that it's a human hair wig, even if it's a synthetic wig where they're like, yeah, you can put heat on it, or they give you a range, I'd just get used to avoiding it. All right, so I gave it over a full day to dry. I really love this thing. Like, this just the way it is, you know, it's a wig, right? And hats, you can always do a hat. Do tie it back, do some pigtails. Really like this hat too. Yeah, hats are a giveaway, you're wearing a wig or whatever, but you know, it's who cares, right? If you're, whatever you need to do, feel good, to feel cute and to feel pretty, you know, this is all surface stuff. I don't think anyone will question me on the way to the grocery store, you know, with this. And it's like, why couldn't I just go with my shaved head to the grocery store? But because it's crazy. It's so much is like what's going on with you. Like, wearing a wig, you feel like you have this like neon sign. It's like, I'm wearing a wig and something's going on with me. So many people won't know. It's gonna mostly be about doing what you need to do for you to feel comfortable. Thanks for listening. If this is something you're going through, sending you love. In your own time, you're gonna figure out what you need to do for you, and it's gonna be good. Love and the love and the love.